And now, live from Pod Cabin in Burbank, California, it's the Allison Rosen is Your New Best Friend show. Tonight, Allison welcomes her guest. He's a businessman, rock and roller, and family man who, according to ChatGPT, has a daughter named Squamp. It's Todd Cooper. Tone Zone is here to announce the release of his new digital currency, the Gusta Coin. I'm her husband, Daniel, saying hop on board the Love Bus and say hello to your new best friend, Allison Rosen.
Allison Rosen. Allison Rosen is your new best friend. Allison, with her the good times never end. Allison Rosen, doing the wavy pencil dance again. Allison's your new best friend.
Hello, my little avocado pizzas. Welcome to another exciting episode of Allison Rosen is Your New Best Friend, that particular carbohydrate. And I'm wondering, is that just pizza that has avocado on it? Is there some thing called an avocado pizza that I'm not familiar with? Who knows? Was sent in on Patreon by Lisa Lowry. Yes, I am on Patreon. All sorts of stuff over there. You can get episodes of the Friend Zone. There's a level where you can text me and I'll text you back. And it's the confidant level. And I send a daily text, and it lately has been like a diary entry, but like a really like a succinct good one, but just, very revealing. So if you're like, I need Allison to reveal herself to me in a text way. This is a terrible plug for that, but people really seem to like it. Patreon.com/Allison Rosen. Also, Substack. AllisonRosen.substack.com. Read all my words in written word format at Substack. Tony, I feel like I need to hear it again.
Substack.
At Substack. Thank you very much.
Substack.
Thank you. I would like to say hello to my guest. Welcome back, Todd Cooper.
Hey, what's up?
Ooh, you panned.
That's right.
Fun.
3D audio.
That's right.
Hell, spatial audio.
Spatial audio.
Daniel Quant, hello.
Hello. Hi.
And Tony, hi.
Hi, you want to drop? How about all the drops?
I got Allison's face right now. Let me interpret Allison's face right now, which is,
Nirvana?
I didn't know you could do that.
That's right.
And also, oh my God, I love that. Do it again.
Yeah. Rock and roll, man.
But yeah.
I'm sorry. You guys can leave. I'm just going to sit here and have Tony do that for the rest of the I think I told you the story of my cartoonish logo, which you can see in the corner of the room.
Yeah.
The artist sent me, it was like one with a duckling, one with a pencil, one with sunglasses. I'm making up if those were the things, but I think they were. And I was like, can you just put them all in one? And then he sent one that he called kitchen sink logo. And I'm like, yes, more, because more is kind of my philosophy usually. One more time, Tony.
Wow.
Water changes my dick. I don't like it that much. Oh my God. I fucking love this. Okay. A lot to get into. I feel just, I'm going to be fully transparent. This is, we are recording 2 episodes today because we have Todd Cooper.
No. That's right.
Hey. When you have Todd Cooper.
Sorry, that was next.
What was that?
That was, it was this.
Hey, Bug. No. Hey,
Now I got quiet.
No.
Sorry.
No.
That's Jordan talking to his cat.
Oh, right. Yeah, when you have Todd Cooper, you don't let him go.
You don't let him go.
That's right. I stick around, baby.
That's right. So I feel like we haven't even really gotten into the Todd Cooper of it all. I need to hear more about what's going on with you. We need to catch up. First, I just wanted to share an insight that Daniel had. So we were driving down to Orange County sometime recently, and somehow, and if you'll note, Daniel, I didn't even make you feel bad about it. Daniel got stuck in the express lane, which turns into like a fast track toll thing. You know that.
Well, it was we were in the Hove lane.
Right.
And then at some point, it just turns into the toll express lane.
Yeah.
Right around Crown Valley.
And I
don't even know where that
missed
is.
that.
Is that Orange
change.
County? No, I think it. Wait, is Crown Valley down like in Aliso Viejo?
It's, Mission Viejo area.
I think we were above that. We were still north of that. I don't know. But this is not the first time we've driven down there, and it's never happened to us before.
Wait, you were coming south? When
Yeah.
It was
coming south.
yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, I think we're
That's
on
where
the,
it starts if you're going north.
We're on the 605 to, and where
Was
the
it
605
different streets than we're normally
It was
on?
where the 605 merges with the 405 at somewhere around there.
Are you guys doing the California?
I know it
sketch
does
right
sound
now?
like that.
The Hove lane turns into that
Yeah.
express
Yeah.
lane, and then once it turns into that express lane, you can't get off it.
Nope.
So you're like, oh fuck.
There's a section where people can get on it, and I think
Right, but they
you-
have pylons so that even though they can get
Oh.
on, you can't use that as an
I didn't.
opportunity
Yeah,
to get off.
I did. From where I sat in the passenger seat, it was like, there it goes.
Nope, there
you
wasn't.
can't get out. Okay,
Nope.
so anyway, we're like, oh fuck, we're gonna owe 300. We don't have a transponder, which is such a fun word. Oh no, we're gonna owe $300 or something. Figuring this is, and then the whole time I'm also like, where is the thing that goes beep when you have it? Like, did we drive under it? I thought maybe we were going to avoid it because I didn't notice us driving under anything. We got our ticket. It was for $26.
Yep.
It's for the price of the toll plus a $25 penalty. And Daniel pointed out that's brilliant pricing because it's enough that on a day where you want to avoid traffic, you might go, yes, I will spend $26 to avoid traffic.
That's right.
Mhm. But it's not so little that too many people will do it.
Right.
Like if it was $5,
Yeah.
then the express lane part of it would be clogged
Just
with
as
traffic.
trafficy as everything else.
Right.
It's
Everyone
like
would do it.
paying for like VIP parking or special parking at a concert or something.
Can you can't go in and post and download the app and put money on it and put your license plate?
Well,
Have you tried that?
Oh, maybe.
Maybe you could, but we
You didn't.
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 I didn't even know about that.
They have it's really weird over there. Like
So you don't have. I thought you have to have that transponder thing.
they give you one, but if you have like a license plate, they track license plates. You can be like, I didn't have it yet. I just
We
sign
should
up for
look
the
into
app.
that.
You should.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just like because I think you can like in post put credit on it and it'll just pay it.
Oh, didn't
You
know.
should look, but I do think you have like a limit. I think you have to put like $25 at a time, essentially.
okay.
Which is probably what the penalty is like,
Yes.
Essentially filling up that account. So if you use it again, it takes that out of there.
Right. I was thinking instead of it being a penalty, this punitive thing, they should just sell one-time usage.
Yeah. Like, hey,
Or maybe they
use
do
the
in the
express
app
lane
and it's
for
cheaper.
$26.
You're saying they do and it's
They
cheaper.
might. I can't remember. I had this happen.
Okay.
And I can't remember what it was. But yeah, worth looking into. You might
Okay.
not get punished with it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well.
it's a really weird way that they work it. Though.
Yeah.
I'm sure
So
though
much
that there's
less
like
than
some.
we thought it was going to be.
I
Yeah.
bet you there's some McKinsey, analysts behind it who figured out exactly
That's right.
how to make the most amount of money.
Yep.
It happened to me years ago, and they must have changed it since because when I got the ticket in the mail, it was a thing where like it looked like it was going to be like $100 and something, but then if you look on other print, it was like pay it by this date,
Yes.
and you
That's
only
yeah.
and it was like I'm not even kidding. It was under $1. They made
my
me
God.
like it cost them more to send it than
Right.
what I owed. So I don't know why
God.
I was so lucky.
Government.
but
Probably assume you're
Excess.
never coming back, and they're like, if you don't pay it, no, it doesn't matter.
yeah, I don't know. It's weird,
Maybe. Yes.
but I paid it. I'm a good boy.
You're a very good boy.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Interesting. Well, okay, Todd, fill us in. Give us the Cooper lowdown.
Can I ask what this
Yeah.
stuff is? Do you talk about this stuff? Is it gum?
No, I know it looks like Nicorette or something. It's Mucinex.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Would you like one?
I'll take two.
It's guaifenesin or guaifenesin. I never quite know how to pronounce it.
Are you
And-
getting over something?
No, I've never really gotten into my Mucinex consumption ingestion on the show. Sometimes, Todd, when I am recording, I will get a frog in my throat.
Okay.
And I am constantly clearing my throat. And then I can never clear it well enough.
Interesting.
And then I try to like talk through it, right, Tony? You know, and it's really annoying. And so then I'm
you get
like,
that bubble throat thing?
Yes.
I'll talk like that.
yeah. And it's just like, so I find if I take Mucinex before recording, then it doesn't happen.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay. I was like, oh no, you're getting. I thought it was Nicorette.
Mm-hmm.
The guy I played in my band with always was chewing Nicorette. Like would go through like a whole packet, like a whole thing, like in a practice. Like he would
Gross.
just punch it out, eat
Yeah.
chew gum. It was crazy. He hadn't smoked in years, but he was like way into the gum.
The
interesting,
the person I know who was into Nicorette was constantly taking it out of his mouth and putting it back in the container and then picking it up again and chewing it, which
Oh,
I found
yikes.
yucky.
My stepdad would chew Nicorette, but he didn't quit smoking.
That's kind of awesome.
That's like a
Why have
like
gum?
coffee with espresso.
Yeah,
in it.
why have gum without nicotine in it? That's silly.
So funny.
Yeah.
Just doubling.
He's also the guy that in order to try to quit smoking, he started smoking Virginia Slims because he thought that would be too embarrassing, and then he realized he doesn't care how he looks, and so then he just became a guy who smoked Virginia Slims.
Holy shit! I love that.
Yes.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Now I want to smoke Virginia Slims.
I mean,
It's such a funny cigarette. By the way, I gotta get a drop. I can't believe I don't have a
I
drop on
know.
there. It's fucking ridiculous.
It's rude, is what it is.
I'm trying to figure out one that gets used a lot. Like a Substack is taken, which is infuriating to me.
Who was that again? That
Mark
was
McConville.
That's right.
Oh, I hate Mark.
yeah.
He's a
We all
bad
do.
guy. He's a bad person.
We all do.
Yeah, I
How
know.
do you know that you weren't in one of these?
Oh, God.
Diarrhea just
Really?
means
So
like,
nice.
you know, just yeah.
Might have been diarrhea farts butts.
I think that's Jackie. Let's think. What's
rules.
something we say all the time on the show that we can make Todd
We'll-
say?
Do you have a
think of it.
newsletter on your Substack? So that every time you talk about your Substack, you go, you can get my newsletter on my Substack.
I mean, no, but you know what? See, frog in my throat.
Oh, damn.
Damn
want
you,
me to say
Mucinex. Well,
Say annual.
no, I know what you should say,
Every time you say buy an annual membership.
but I don't think we need someone to go annual.
Hey.
The other ones are necessary, Daniel.
I'm eventually we're going to replace every word she says with a drop.
Oh, this is going to be the best podcast. It'll just be AI generated. From
But you could say Allison Rosen dot. What is it?
Gov.
Allison. Just go, girl. AllisonRosen.substack.com.
Okay,
Yeah.
Tony, I want this one.
Okay, so
There's no way. You know me. We've podcasted together for years. There's no way this comes out of my mouth.
give it a try.
What is it again? Did you ever hear my Thrilling Adventure Hour commercials? I did ads for Thrilling Adventure Hour for a while.
Not that I remember, but
Tompkins once wrote a real nail biter of an advertisement on the new Thrilling podcast because I can barely get through it. I just can't get words out.
AllisonRosen.substack.com.
Oh, okay. No problem.
Yeah.
AllisonRosen.substack.com.
Oh, so good. Okay. Patreon.com/AllisonRosen.
Okay. Here we go. You ready? Patreon.com/AllisonRosen.
I love all of these.
Ooh, baby, this is a real honor. Like I feel like it's like I'm in the show.
Those were for the ages.
now it's like
Try this. Hey, everyone. Hi, hello. It's me, Allison Rosen. Hey, everyone. Hi, hello. It's me, Allison Rosen. Just in case I don't feel like doing it one day.
Okay, here we go. Hey everyone, hello. It's me, Allison Rosen.
Oh,
Hey,
so
everyone.
close.
Hi, hello.
It's hey, everyone. Hi, hello. It's
Okay.
me, Allison Rosen. Welcome to another exciting episode of Allison Rosen is your new best friend.
Honey.
I just want to, I don't know. Maybe he wants to do the whole thing.
Hey everyone, hi, hello. It's me, Allison Rosen. On an exciting. I can't. There's no chance. This is why I failed at acting
well,
and improv.
okay. Do hey, everyone. Hi, hello. It's me, Allison Rosen.
Okay. Hey everyone, hi, hello. It's me, Allison Rosen. I put a little
Now,
something on it.
I like it. Yeah, I like it. It sounds just like me. Now, welcome
the rest
to
of the episode.
another exciting episode of Allison Rosen is your new best friend.
Welcome to another exciting. Here we go.
Okay, try again. You got it.
I'm so sorry for your listeners that hear all these flubs. Welcome to another exciting episode of Allison Rosen is your new best friend. Did I get it?
You nailed it.
You guys, this is why I make the big bucks.
Oh my God. Do you do voiceover?
No, I have the worst voice.
No. you
Yeah,
don't.
it sounds weird.
So what's going on in Cooperland?
It's been wild. We, starting in 2025, on New Year's Eve, we're skiing. Very bougie.
Yeah. Where?
In
Where skiing
Massachusetts,
where? Okay. Oh,
even more
my
bougie.
God.
Massachusetts, it's like my friends have a place there that is like in a small town. There's like a small neighborhood ski spot, if that makes sense, like a small hill. It's great. We take our daughter. It's the best. And on New Year's Eve, as they were like last run, I fell and dislocated my shoulder.
Oh, no.
I had to get brought down the hill in one of the things, like by ski patrol, which
like
is
in a stretcher on skis.
yeah, exactly. It was kind of fun.
bet, yeah.
And then while I was in their like emergency room, like they won't touch you. They're kind of like their job is to get you off the hill and get you somewhere.
Right.
And they're like, we don't. I'm like, can someone pull it out? And they're like, no, we won't do
Have
anything.
you dislocated before?
Yes. So when I was a kid, I used to have it a lot.
Oh, okay.
A lot. And so like it was like I knew immediately, but it was really bad. I haven't had it in years.
Painful.
And it was really painful and just all the way out. It's just gross. Like
when
you're-
it's
you're
out,
like,
can you not move it at all?
No, like
That's so
I could move it a
weird.
little bit, but if you move it back, like it was like up and forward and
Ooh,
over. It was right.
Yeah.
So gross. And then while I was sitting there, like 20 minutes in, all of a sudden it just was like rip. I just felt it like pop back in.
Oh, wow.
And I was like, oh, I'm okay. Like we were talking about what emergency room we were gonna go to on New
Did
Year's
that
Eve.
hurt when it verped back in?
No, it felt great.
Yeah.
It was like everything reconnecting. It just felt like, oh, thank goodness. I think it would have hurt if someone yanked it and put it back in.
Yeah.
So it was like, all right, cool, like it's there. And so that was my New Year's Eve. And since then it's been like wild. So it was like fire. I did not get affected, but like I remember like the winds were starting and we're like, oh, I have video on the hill. Like we could see the
Eaton fire?
the Eaton fire from our house. It was and I was like, oh man, this is wild. So it's been just crazy, one thing after the other. We got hit the other night. We were just driving.
Oh, no.
Yeah, like we had to like take our daughter to. She's signed up for a dance class at the rec center. We go to the rec center a lot.
Oh yeah.
And we were driving, and they canceled it, and so we were going to go do this other thing, and we were just driving, and someone just pulled out and slammed into the back of us.
no.
No insurance. They had no insurance.
Oh.
So, and this poor woman was like so confused, and like she was a wreck, literally. And so that's been crazy. It's been like one thing after the other in the weirdest, like unexpected ways, but it seems to be leveling out now.
Don't say it out loud.
Yeah.
You'll tempt fate. So is your car okay? You guys okay?
It's drivable right now. So, and yeah, we might be having to rent a car for like 4 weeks. Everything is impossible. Like they look for reasons. They're keeping it for 4 weeks. Like there's no way that takes 4 weeks.
They're keeping your car for
Yeah. I'm like, how about get the parts and call me when they're in and I'll drop it
Yeah.
off for 45 minutes or whatever it takes.
Like unless you have some weird exotic car,
A Chevy
why would-
Bolt's pretty
Yeah.
fancy.
Right. Why would
It
you
goes
do that?
Lamborghini, Chevy Bolt. Yeah. So we'll
Porsche
see.
underneath.
That's right. What? It's been weird.
weird.
It's been weird. So
Yeah.
it was like it's nothing horrific, but a lot of just weird shit.
Like if it weren't going through insurance, would it be faster?
So that's the other thing. Like, so I have insurance, and they are going to cover.
Brag.
But I do very well. But they don't cover rental car, which is the big expense.
Oh.
And so it's just frustrating. Like this person, I'm not going to like.
It's a good thing LA is very like easy to get around without a car.
and totally easy, and everyone has
walkable
insurance in
city.
LA.
Yeah.
It's like the stats are like something like 20% of people on the roads don't have insurance in LA.
Wow.
It's crazy. So you like, yeah, make sure you're insured for that. But it's wild. It's been weird. But it's also like I don't want to. There's a world where I like want to reach out to this person and be like, hey, my insurance is covering all of my stuff. Don't worry about us. We're okay.
Oh, you're not allowed to do that.
Well, I could. I mean, I have her phone number.
Yeah.
And then just be like, listen, do what you want, but like, here's what our rental car is going to cost. This is the only money we're out.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe
But-
you should do that.
But she's also like in a bad spot. Like her car is probably totaled. Like she hit me in the corner. It was like metal touching her tire. She couldn't move it. And I was like, I'm like, she's in a bad spot. Like she couldn't she couldn't do insurance. She's not in a position to like probably replace her car. I'm like, I don't want to put more on her.
Oh,
You know,
you're so nice. You're the nicest.
that's right. That's what I'm saying. No, but it is like,
coming across.
but it is like in that situation, this woman was like, you could just see it on her that it was like, what am I going to do?
Right.
And so I was like, I could like, I just don't even want to necessarily put that on her. Like, it's going to suck for me to have to pay for a rental car, but it's also like, we can do that. We can do that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
For 4 weeks.
That's
I'm
expensive.
just surprised that your insurance, I don't have a ton of experience with these things, but when you needed a rental car, didn't your insurance cover it?
Yeah.
It's
an option.
Oh, and you did.
We just got a new car. And they were like, do you want rental car insurance on there? I was like, how much is it? And they're like, $6 a month. And I was like, yeah, give me that rental car insurance. But turns out it only goes on that car. So it's per vehicle. So if she had hit that car, we would have it. It's not the policy. It's like, which is
what a
bonkers.
bummer.
I know. And I'm like talking to the guy. I'm like, come on, man. But
It's almost like they're trying not to spend money as much as they can.
It does seem that way.
Yeah.
they're so earnestly going after supporting us.
Yeah.
I mean, they do.
Who is your insurance with? If
It's
I may ask?
AAA.
Oh, they're
And
usually good.
They are good. And the dude on there was like, listen, I'm going to waive your, like, I have a $250 deductible. And he's like, going to waive it. So
that's
I'm just
good.
That's good.
treating that like,
Yeah.
that's
So it's money in the
rental.
bank.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's like rental car money, right?
Yeah.
So anyway, yeah, pretty crazy.
I think listeners should let us know what you should do. Guys,
Oh, my
let us
God.
know if Todd should tell this lady about the rental car or not.
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe
Oh, man.
Maybe we'll do a
I
poll
would like
or
some
something.
help. That would be good.
Question. This small neighborhood, non-bougie ski spot in Massachusetts that the average person could go to, so don't come after Todd. That's what I got from that.
That's right.
Where you go skiing with your daughter. We've never taken the kids skiing.
Yeah.
And when I think about them on a chairlift, it scares the crap out of me.
Every time she's on one, I worry about her falling out. Every time.
Terrifying.
It's fine. No one ever, like, what are the numbers
I
on
know.
people who fall out of chairlifts?
Pretty low, I
Pretty
would
low.
say.
It never
I
happens.
feel like Owen would.
He'd find a way.
Yeah.
He's too squirmy.
Yeah.
Her friend
Oh, God.
that like
It's
she
the
grew-
idea that
I know. It
Is
makes
it-
you shudder.
I was this year I was okay, but last year towards the end of the trip I was like, I can't get on a chairlift again. I was panicking for me.
Yeah.
My pants were like a little slippery.
I've had a slippery chairlift situation.
And
Yeah.
I was like, I'm gonna slide out of this.
I'm going to die.
It is
I'm going to
wild
die.
how everything in our society is like got all these regulations and
I
safety
know.
this, safety that, and then fucking chairlifts are the most
Right.
just
Rickety.
fuck it, like
yes. The place that we went to
It's
ski.
wild.
yeah.
Brian had. I had gone there. We went. You and I went.
Is that
This
in Utah?
Yeah.
I know about Brian Head. It's
Oh,
also a tiny hill, right? Like a tiny.
It's small.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'd say there's
not huge.
two sides of the mountain and one side is smaller,
Okay.
like easier. So as a kid, I had gone there, and there's one chairlift that's the oldest chairlift, and so I took it once alone. And the whole time I truly was like, this seems to be dipped. It seems to be slippery and inclined down. And I was like, if I had any more appendages to wrap around anything, I was like an octopus by the end, like sweating, freaking out. Like I am going to slip off this fucking, it was so
And those
scary.
things are like,
Terrifying.
not only is it like unsecure and you could just go what and then fall,
Yeah.
but like getting off, you better be on it or it's fucking whipping your ass around and
You're
like,
riding down.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know.
The whole thing is so crazy. to
Remember
me.
you dropped a ski?
Oh, that's the worst.
I don't
think
remember
they,
that.
like,
Off the chairlift.
Yeah, but we had only just gotten on it. I think they stopped it maybe. Or maybe
I was just learning, like I didn't know
Yeah.
fucking ski, and we went up there, and I didn't really know what the fuck and how to get off, and I think the ski like clipped on something and
Yeah,
then fell
maybe.
off.
We're all cut from the same cloth, which is a little anxious, like, and a little bit like everyone thinks I'm like I gotta like just less of me in the world, right?
Yes.
And so like
Yes.
when you do something like that, you're embarrassed for you.
Oh,
You
mortified.
don't know like
Yeah.
and like everyone's like this is what happens
All
It's
day.
all day.
Yeah.
Like those people running the ski lift are like, I have another one. It's not like,
Yeah.
but it's like I have that all day long.
I'm sorry for existing.
Yeah, like sorry everybody, sorry, and they're like just right up. That's
Yeah.
fine. Sam
Right.
almost slipped out right when she was getting on.
See, this just
And
panic
it started to
causes me
lift
panic.
up, and she was like kind of hanging on, and her legs were hanging down. I was like, "Oh my god!" And the chairlift person stopped it, and she could. They like helped her down. They like grabbed her, and she was like, "Come with me." I'm like, I can't jump. I've got like a snowboard attached to my legs. Like you have to get on the one behind me."
Oh no.
And she's like, "I don't want to," and I'm like, "You got to do it." And so she did, and we were fine.
Okay, good.
But like her and her friend, who's her age, her friend skis all winter, and is good at it.
How are that friend's parents about the chairlift aspect?
There could not be less worried. They're like the most chill, like, they're like
Ski people.
what I think what I would call normals, like
Okay.
not anxious like we are. Like like I live in like everything's gonna go wrong, and they're
Yeah.
like they like drop her off to go ski. She's like 7. They'll like drop her off and pick her up later, and she's fine. She crushes. It's like
Do
super
you guys
little.
put the bar down?
Always.
I never was taught to, and I never do. But maybe,
Really?
yeah, maybe that's why it's so scary to me.
Put the bar down.
Can the bar prevent you from falling? Will it hold you
Yes,
in?
for sure.
Oh, really? Okay.
I didn't even know there was a bar. Like honestly, I thought you just sit on this thing and just
Dangle.
there's-
pray that you
usually-
don't fall off.
I can't believe you went to Brian Head. That's where Sarah used to go when she was a kid. I wonder if you skied on the same day.
Maybe we did. Well, tell her,
freaking out.
ask her
Well,
if
let me
she
ask-
remembers how slippery Navajo was.
I'm gonna maybe chat
The number one chat. I mean, the number one chair.
Interesting. I bet
It was like they all had numbers, and that was one. Yeah,
That's crazy.
I know.
know.
It's a neat place.
I know. Would you ever go in the city here? Would you ever go like out of like Big Bear or something and do it?
I
Isn't it like super crowded though all the time?
Yeah.
Yeah.
in college, my friend and I went once and had a good time. Maybe I would. I haven't skied in a really long time.
I don't know. We take Sam. We're looking for like people to go up and with kids, like, yeah, to just because we want her to like feel confident because it's something she likes. She really
Right.
enjoys it. But
I do Mammoth, but
Mammoth
like,
is fun.
yeah,
I've
I
never
think the
been there.
problem for me is I don't know what I'm doing,
Yeah.
and so like
That is a
I took
problem.
lessons, and was like, okay, I think I've kind of still have a hard time like turning and stopping, which are key parts of skiing.
It's a big piece of
Yeah.
it. I mean,
And
let's
so-
be honest. The moving is the easy part.
I can go down. Listen. I can go downhill.
Yeah, that's right.
That is not a problem for me. The part of turning and stopping very difficult.
Yeah.
And we went up the ski lift, and it was just like every like little like slope, I would just be like turn, and then it's just like and then just fucking eat shit, and so it's not super fun. But I did start to feel there by day 2 or 3. I don't
We
know
were
how
only
many.
there 2 days.
Yeah, by the second day, like, okay, I'm starting to figure out how this is supposed to go.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I'd be open to it. But I'm also at that age, that tender age of too old.
Yep.
Where it's like, yeah, but I'm at the age where you die when you hit a tree age. You know what I mean?
Yeah, totally.
Like
I know,
those little kids, they're made out of rubber. They just flop down the hill like
Boing,
a
they bounce
ball.
off.
Yeah, me, it's just like, yeah, how'd your dad die? Well, he got off the chairlift wrong. You know?
he became a tree.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I know. This year I snowboarded because I grew up snowboarding, and I was like, I skied last year because I was like, oh, maybe I'll try it. I hadn't skied since I was little, and I'll try. And I thought I'm much less likely to get hurt snowboarding just because I have more experience. I feel much more confident.
That is a wild sentence to me as someone who tried it once and couldn't even stand up without falling over on the board.
It is a nightmare. The first day of snowboarding makes the first day of skiing look like a parade.
Yeah.
The first day of skiing is always like, it's a little uncomfortable and weird, but you can figure it out. Snowboarding is really specific.
Very foreign.
And it's like 2 days on a snowboard before you're like,
Are you a skateboarder?
I skateboarded and surfed growing up. So like that position felt normal, but did you snowboard ever?
I have a quick story about that.
I knew it.
Just one time ever, and it was the Motion City played a show in Park City, Utah.
Oh, wow.
And it was MTV used to have MTVU, which was like their college station. And it was through them, like they had us come and they had like this whole contest. They had a contest winner that got to come out and they would get to like go ski or snowboard with us too and everything. But then part of this was some of us didn't know what we were doing. And then the girl who won the thing, she had never done it either. So like they had like lessons built into it. So they took.
Was it all televised?
No, it was just
A thing.
for fun. And so the beginners, she takes us to the bunny hill and the contest winner is on there. And my first attempt going down this little hill, you see it, and I'm like going, and I start kind of going faster than I am expecting.
Mm-hmm.
And I see I'm just moving, and I'm heading right toward the girl that
Oh,
won
no.
the contest. Like I see it coming. I'm like, oh no. Boom, crash into
Oh,
her.
no.
Yeah. She was fine. We laugh about it and everything. So then I go back up a little bit, and then when
I
it's
can't
my
believe you went back up. That's right there. That alone takes a lot of balls.
well, it wasn't that, it was still
Yeah.
like the bunny slope and all that. So I go up, and my next time to go down, like beforehand, she like sees, she's like, "Don't hit me this time," and we're all laughing about it. Guess what happens?
Oh.
Hit her again.
Yep.
See, the second time, it's on purpose.
Oh, I just remember like going down the hill and be like, "You've got to be fucking kidding me!"
She was on a snowboard also.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so funny when
Or she may have been like off of it at that exact
Right.
moment, but yeah.
When you're first learning, it is like you're just riding a runaway train.
Yes, that is exactly.
No controls. You're just like, I guess I'm going where it's taking me.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, that is very funny.
Yeah.
Was she a fan of your band?
Yeah.
She was.
Yeah, exactly.
You knocked it out of her. I feel like those kind of contests happen a lot where it's like, meet the band and blah, blah, blah. And someone just calls in on the radio or does whatever. And it's like, I've never actually heard your band. Like, I feel like it happens a lot.
Yeah. Well, this was much more like internet based. I feel like
Yeah.
so. I feel like you got to do a little more work
Vetted.
to find it. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I remember then eventually moving to like a slightly bigger, like attempting it. I was like, I'm kind of understanding this, and I attempt it, and I'm going down, and I remember going down the hill. I'm like, oh, I think I'm actually like I think I'm getting this, and like as I have that thought, just boom, just fall straight forward. Literally, the only time in my life I remember actually seeing stars from falling, and at that point, I took it off my feet, walked down the hill, and never did it again.
When you first see stars the first time, it's like
crazy.
It's so funny. You're like, the cartoons were right. Did I ever tell you? I feel like I've told you this. When I was first moved to California, I grew up in Virginia. I'd only been in California like one other time as a kid. And when I moved here, I was driving one time, and tumbleweed rolled across the road, and I almost had to pull over from laughing.
Right.
Like I thought it was like Stars, where it was like this cartoon trope that could not have been real.
Right.
And I was like, am I in the Wild West? Is someone about to get in a gunfight? It made me laugh so hard. I couldn't
Yeah.
believe that it was a real thing.
I think I did the same thing, actually.
Really?
I feel like I saw it on tour for the first time, and it's like,
An
wait,
actual
that's a real thing?
That's a real thing. Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah. Did you have other like? I feel like when I was with Switchfoot, they had some really weird of those. Like, hey, we're gonna set you up with a fan to do X, Y, and Z. Like there were a lot of those contests. This would have been like in the early 2000s. There was more of it. One of them was, I can't believe this happened, but essentially it was like they had a show in like Kansas City or something. And before the show, you know how those days go. Like they go fast, right? Like if you're doing a radio thing, you're there for like 10 minutes or whatever.
Yeah.
The thing was, Switchfoot's going to play a show at your house.
Oh, wow.
Oh my God.
And
quite
they loaded us into a van, and we all went over to this kid's house. And
Like,
there was
not acoustic.
no.
Okay.
And there was a party at this kid's house with like high school students and like maybe and we just like set up and they played a show and then we left. Maybe played like 4 songs. It was so weird.
Yeah.
Like I can't believe that happened.
Yeah.
Were they fans?
And I think it was like a thing where like I've heard your song on the radio.
Yeah.
Like not a
Right.
huge fan.
So wait, what did you play in Switchfoot?
I didn't. I was a guitar tech.
Oh, okay.
So but I had to go because I
But
was
still.
helping out with instruments. Yeah, but it was wild.
Switchfoot is Christian rock?
Yes, they were.
I'm sure we went through this already.
Yeah. That's how that was one of my path.
Yes.
I was real Jesus-y. I grew up with those guys. They were as kids.
I think they played have you heard of the Inside Out Soul Festival? We talked about this on Loon Mountain in New Hampshire.
I have not heard of it, but
Okay.
I'm sure they played it.
Yeah. So this is that's my experience with Christian rock. I was writing for it was the first thing I had done for 17 magazine, but they asked if I would cover the Christian rock scene and go to this festival.
And you spoke with a young
Katy Perry, when she was
Perry.
Katie Hudson.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but it was also like I remember Switchfoot and Mary Mary,
Oh yeah.
and I forget the
Seven
names.
Mary 3, was that it? No, that's another band. That's like
Yeah, I
a
don't think
pop
they were
band.
Mary
Christian.
Mary was like pop gospel.
Yeah.
I think.
Was Reliant K
Skillet
there?
Head, yes, Reliant K.
The OC Supertones.
The OC Supertones were for sure there.
I don't recall the OC Supertones being
MXPX?
there.
They were
No.
there. I almost played with the Supertones. I
think we've talked about
yeah,
this,
it's
yeah.
so wild, man. Like
I think that Katy Hudson was dating the guy from
Matt.
Reliant K.
Yeah, she
Yes.
was. The
Yeah,
singer
yeah.
from Reliant K was dating her. It's
Right.
so weird.
Yeah.
Yeah. I went to the Dove Awards once.
What's that?
The Dove Awards is the Christian
Dove Awards.
the Christian Grammys in Nashville.
Oh my God, how was that?
It's what you think.
What did he call him?
The Dove Awards.
And it sounded like you said the Devil Awards.
I know it sounded
Oh,
like Devil Awards.
I wish.
Dove, like the bird.
Dove
bird.
Awards.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah, Dove Awards. Yeah. It's Christian Grammys is not as fun as you want it to be.
There's never a bad time to rock and roll, man.
2 questions about things on TV. Has anyone seen, besides Daniel and me, that documentary about Tegan and Sara and their like
No.
stalker person?
I didn't know it existed.
Yes.
Wait,
Do you know about this?
It's on
What's
Heady.
it called?
I knew that there was a doc. I didn't know it was about a stalker.
I
It's
don't
not
remember
actually
what it's
stalker
called.
is the wrong term. Well,
it was
no.
someone who
Was impersonating Tegan and having so all of these Tegan and Sara fans thought that they were communicating with Tegan,
for years.
Whoa.
but it was
It was someone
who
who
had like identity thefted her.
and like it seemed hacked into emails. So this
They
person
knew all this personal
this
stuff.
person
about
would
them.
like send these people demos or tracks that Tegan had just cut. So clearly like had access to a hard drive or something.
Wow.
Yeah, it was pretty crazy.
and then you begin to feel bad for these fans who got
Thought they were in love
exploited.
with her.
Yeah, because they thought they were having like actual relationships with Tegan. And then they would find out from the record label, like, Tegan doesn't know who you are. And it was like
Oh,
really sad.
heartbreaking.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was interesting.
Yeah.
Should I spoil it? Or no? About
Because I think I'd
I'm not going to spoil it. I'm not going to spoil it.
Did you play with them? You must have played with them a lot.
I don't know. I don't think we ever did. Like, I was
Really?
trying to think if they were ever on any festivals. They had to have.
Yeah,
No, they
sure.
definitely were on some festivals because I remember seeing them. Yeah.
It's what's really interesting about it is gets into the relationship between that sort of parasocial relationship between the because Tegan had been really open with her fans and very like accessible. She'd go out and after shows and just hang out and stuff, and it's like in a way that backfired on her.
Well, I remember she said something interesting that I relate to, which is that she always thought it was a good thing she was doing by being so accessible and so interactive with the fans. And I relate to that because I think of like, that's one of the, that's something I do well.
Totally.
But she felt so bad because she had actually put all the people close to her like in not danger, but inconvenience their lives because like all of so much was being leaked by this person that in the documentary they call her Freegan, like fake vegan. No.
Fake Tegan.
Vegan.
They didn't even give this person's name. Was
Freegan is not at all what I meant to say. I meant to say Fegan, fake Tegan. A Freegan is, I believe, a vegan who only eats free food.
That's correct.
Like a dumpster diving vegan.
I feel like there were bands that were touring that were Freegan, which is insane.
Yeah.
That's a commitment.
Yeah.
I mean, I
big time.
guess if you're going to only eat food that's free, better not to be eating any
Yeah,
animal
that's true.
products.
That's true. I'm not eating meat out of a dumpster.
Right, but I will take
I'm
what,
not
a
sure-
tortilla?
I'm not sure now that we say that it isn't just the free aspect.
Oh, that they're not even vegan.
Yeah.
Oh, you might be right. So maybe they are eating meat out of a dumpster.
Dumpster meat's great.
Don't knock it. Tony, will you look up Freegan?
Someone who chooses to limit their consumption of resources and participate minimally in the conventional economy. Freegans often scavenge for food that others have thrown away, such as in dumpsters or trash receptacles.
Okay, that's just gross.
Yeah,
But
I mean,
good on them.
It's a interesting. I mean, you have to buy some stuff.
there's a show that was I caught part of it on Max, the HBO Max, where it was this commune that had developed out in the wilderness. I think it was in like one of the Carolinas or something, and then they had to move to another state. I don't know. And it was all about part of it was like, is it a cult? Is it not a cult? But they were just completely off the grid, and so they were completely self-sustaining, and all their food they would get from dumpsters at grocery stores, and they're like, you wouldn't believe how much food they throw away.
Well, that does seem true.
And yeah, and I think it's like that kind of person who is doing that because it's a whole lifestyle.
Yeah, I mean, it's a real activist choice. Like I mean, like I get it. I understand the mentality behind it. It makes sense to me.
I'm just surprised at how wrong I was because I was thinking it was vegan, and it has nothing to do with veganism.
I've just reached the point in my life where I feel like that kind of individual choice that's great for you, it's not making any difference at all. Like, it's like you can recycle, and that's great, and I hope you feel great about it. You can limit your water usage, and that's important that we all do that. But in the end, the change isn't happening on the individual scale. It's happening, like government has to do it. It's just,
Is this what's happening? Are we just becoming our ages?
Well, I do.
Sadly, probably.
Like
I
that
talk
we're
about
just
a lot
jaded?
of medicine and doctors.
What's this?
I talk about medicine and doctors a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, tangential to what you're
Yeah,
saying.
yeah,
But
yeah.
yes,
and then I have my
we're old.
catheter segment where
Daniel's cool cast.
cool cats.
It is like just like where you see kids like fighting and you're like, nah, don't bother. It's like what people were looking at us going like, come on, man.
I will acknowledge it's just like where I'm at right now. But I am in a place where I feel like we lost.
I
feel
that
we need to change. Like tactics need to change. Like protests. How has that worked out? Like given where we are now, if you think about all those protests and everything, like it didn't work.
I know. I think about
we failed. So like we need to change tactics if we want that kind of change.
Yeah,
because it's not effective.
I mean, I remember like when Trump won the first time a few years ago or whatever. I remember there were all these like rallies
4 years ago.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It was around 4 years ago. Yeah.
Jesus, but that like there were all these rallies downtown and people marching, and it was like, but what's
8 years ago? I'm sorry.
8?
What am I saying?
Yeah, 8.
I was so smug about my math. I was so wrong.
But it was like, he's the worst. What? But for what? Like what can you change with that?
Yeah.
Like, and it is like it's heartbreaking. Like you want to like put weight behind something, but it's hard to.
Yeah,
to
hitting
do.
the streets, fine, do it. You know, like absolutely, but don't expect that to change anything.
Yeah,
like, we need to think of of more effective ways of changing things.
Because it's like corporations, it's not individual. Like water is like going to farming, and like at least in LA, it's like going up north to like the Grapevine. That's where the water.
Well,
it's not having to do with people.
It's like with
showering.
recycling, and I you know, again, recycle if you want. I'm not like anti-recycling,
Well, it's the law.
but like there
Recycle. It's the law.
Yeah. But like there's evidence that the oil companies knew about what their product was going to do to global temperatures, and they knew this back in like the late 70s. And there was a conscious effort to promote the idea of recycling as the important thing for people to do, because it made people feel like it's on them.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Like,
it's like we're dogs and they like threw us a Kong or
it's like,
a treat ball.
It's
to
like, look at
distract
global
us.
warming's happened. I guess you didn't recycle enough, you know? And it's like, no, we could all recycle.
Yeah.
We could all do that, and it wouldn't make as much difference as if we got off of fossil fuels.
Yeah.
But speaking of things that we can watch, which is where I was headed,
Yes, please.
is anyone watching Severance besides Daniel and me?
Oh my god!
I haven't seen the new ones yet. I loved the first season.
We're
but
recording this
I'm-
after only one episode.
Yes,
dropped.
but by the time you hear this, the second one will come out. So wait, we won't spoil anything. There's nothing to spoil really, but
I haven't watched the new season. We are rewatching the old season.
Smart.
And it is
Yeah, I wouldn't mind doing that.
because it was. I know.
Did you forget so much?
we have watched the first episode of the second season. So good. I was very disappointed to learn that the second. For some reason, I thought 2 episodes were out,
And it
but
was
they're
a
not.
preview.
Oh, is that what it
Yeah.
was? Okay,
I thought that
I
too.
thought I saw something. I'm
You
like, am I
did.
losing my mind?
Yep.
Yes. So I see. So that second little thumbnail was a preview. Okay, I'm back in. Like I can't wait to see what happens. But when they show things that happened last season, I'm like, I didn't watch that.
What show is
It was
this?
3
I don't
years ago.
recall
It was so long
any
ago.
of
Yeah.
this, but I loved it so much, and I don't feel like I need to know, but also I don't remember anything really.
Can I say-
It's a basic premise.
It's such a joy, that show. Not a joy. It's so dark, but it's such a great show.
Yeah, it's so
Rewatching
well
it
done.
is so fucking good.
We were going to, but then we ran
it's
out of
also
time.
having watched the full first season. Now you can see things like make more sense.
Yes.
Yeah.
Rewatching it, I actually remembered some of it as we were watching, and then I was like, "Oh, that foreshadows." Like, it's worth watching a second
Okay.
time just because now that you know the thing, it's even
like that
more
stuff,
interesting, and there's all this stuff you're seeing happening. Man, is it
Now that you know what thing.
now that you know
Apparently, there's a thing I don't remember.
just the first few episodes.
oh, like who their Audis are.
Well, this just the first few episodes, like the concept is so crazy. The
Yes.
first few episodes are like, here's the world of this thing.
Right, hard to track.
Here are the rules of this world. Here's
Yeah.
how this works. You can't take like it's just essentially laying out the rules of the world, right? You can't take things in or out. You can't like
Yeah.
anything with words on it can't go in or out. You know, all this detail of like this. Okay, well, this person is this and this person's like this, and then all of a sudden. Now that after that they start like playing with it, right? So they
Right.
go like, okay, if these are the rules, then what about this, right? And so it just gets really interesting.
Yeah.
We're up to like episode 7, I think, of the first season. I think there are 4 more to go. We're enjoying the hell out of it, and I also know that we are going to want to go through these new ones, and we're going to have to wait once a week.
That's fine.
And so I'm like, well, this will buy
Pace
us
it
at
out.
least a few weeks.
Yeah, I think I'm because we don't currently have Apple TV, and I think we'll probably at least wait a few weeks at
a
least.
good idea.
And
Yes,
then
because I want to binge it so bad. And
yeah.
it's not
Although,
there.
I will say, I actually sometimes kind of like shows that you can't binge because I feel like you have time to sit with it and
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
think
I
about it a little more.
I actually prefer it.
because I feel like
I
I,
like it.
find that I remember it a lot better when it's
Do you?
spread out. Yeah,
Like I
It's
like
weird.
like with
I
House
just
of the
don't
Dragon.
remember it either way.
With like House of the Dragon,
Yeah, same.
you can sit there with the episode and listen to maybe a podcast, people talking about it, and think about it, and it makes each episode important. But if you're binging that it's just like they're all one big episode. The thing from Severance that I have found that I've completely like maybe I didn't retain it in the first place was all the lore with the founder. And they're kind of like they pepper in all of this
The
like
Lumen
I can
stuff.
the Lumen. I could not tell you anything about any of it. And I
Just the
feel like
weird
it's
religion of it.
but
Yeah.
I feel like it's super important.
Yeah.
So I might actually.
They never fully laid it out though. It's always mysterious.
It definitely feels like Lost a little bit, where they.
I hope
like,
it's. I haven't even seen Lost, but I know why everyone was disappointed with it. I hope this is not a Lost. I hope they know where they're going.
It feels like they just throwing things and going like, okay, and you're like, what the fuck? Like,
Right.
but there are like at the end of every episode now that I'm watching, it's just like, oh my god, like mind blowing shit. It's so. I have like what you said. I can't. We watched Breaking Bad when it was like on TV, and so we had to wait a week. And we'd sit down. I'm like, "What happened last week?" And they do the recap. I'm like, "I remember none of this. I can't." But I do think Severance is like, I'll probably chew on it a little more, just because it's so.
Yeah, I feel like
dense.
especially when it's something like that, I'll often rewatch it like within that week it comes
Yeah,
out, and then
that's
it
right.
really gets
Yeah, we watched. Have you seen Slow Horses
No.
on?
Slow Horses on
On-
Apple TV.
Oh, it is really good with Gary Oldman and Kristen Scott Thomas. It's a spy show set in England.
Yeah, Oldman's so good.
It's
Really?
so good.
Oh, yeah.
I could not ever remember what it's like. I'm going to watch this, and eventually the plot will take shape in my mind.
There was one
but
season
it's
where
like
I couldn't
it was like
follow it
looking
the
at a
entire
magic
season.
eye painting. Even though I really enjoy it, I was always wanting to watch the next episode, but I could never remember what we were doing.
That magic eye is exactly what TV feels like to me a lot. Like I'm watching, I'm like, what is the shape of this thing?
Yeah, exactly. Listen, we do not have much time because we have a babysitter who's not going to be here for too much longer. So we got to zip through a couple things. Let's just mirror everyone. Let's do just mirror everyone. Everyone.
Sometimes I ponder on something I have thought or done. Is it just me or everyone?
All right. Todd, do you happen to have one?
I thought, and I don't really have one of these.
That's
I'm sorry.
okay.
I don't know how you think of these. These are so hard.
If you'll notice, I've stopped.
Okay, good.
That's why I rely on you guys.
This is very like comedians premise based stuff. Like this is how people. So I don't know how you do it.
I mean, like I said, I haven't in a while.
Yeah.
Daniel, do you have one? Or Tony,
give
do you
me
have
some
one?
time. I might. I know I had one.
I'm
but I
looking.
don't-
I feel like I made some notes.
Oh, I forgot. My thing is ahead of time, I ask people if they have them so that we don't have
To
this.
avoid this?
Yeah, but that's okay.
I have a lot of products, but I don't have a lot of. I was racking my brain about this.
My phone is, okay, I'll just,
groovy.
here, everyone listen to this groovy tune. I will explain what's happening. I have a folder in my phone of just mere everyone's that listeners send, and my phone has decided I wanted them to make a movie of it.
Hell yeah. I have a kind of one.
Let's hear it.
I don't know why the phrase bugs me, but because it sounds pretentious to me, but I totally get the meaning. The whole expression, separating the art from the artist. That
That
whole
is
thing.
pretentious.
I know.
It's
but,
very.
But I, we get what it means. Are you guys able to do that?
Oh.
Because I think I'm very easily able to do that. And I'll feel weird about it sometimes. I'm like, oh, I know this person's a terrible person, but this is good.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Are you talking about Neil Gaiman?
No. Although what actually spawned the thought was the Cosby Show.
I was gonna say, I was like,
The art.
something in there.
Because
I
there's
thought
I
about
like
Michael Jackson.
there was a station on Hulu called The Griot, and they show old episodes of the Cosby Show, and I was like, that seems odd that somebody's showing this now.
Then you're like,
And,
man,
like,
it holds up.
No, but like one night I just kind of put it on almost as a joke because Flo was in another room when she came back in. The Cosby Show would be on. But then I sat and watched it, and I was like, these are still really funny.
Yeah,
Like those early seasons at least. Yeah. But I know. Terrible monster. I'm not in any way defending him.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm able to do that.
I guess I haven't really thought about it, but I probably am as well. But I think oftentimes I just don't want to if it's someone who I just ick.
Right.
But I think I probably could, especially if I liked the art before I found out what a jerk they are.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And my theory too is continuing with my Cosby Show example. He wasn't the only person involved with that
Right.
show. There was
Yeah.
a huge staff
Out
of
of
people.
respect to Tempest Bledsoe, you got to keep watching.
I mean, I think it's a case by case largely, but I love the films of Roman Polanski, and he's horrible. I feel like for me, it kind of boils down to I guess their voice is still interesting. Like they're a human, even if they're a horrible person, it's interesting. The art that comes out of them, it could still be valuable. They still have a human perspective. They're humans and they have a perspective, and that's what art is.
Yeah.
And so why would we discount it? Like if someone said to you, here's the art from Jack the Ripper, wouldn't you be interested in that art?
Right.
It would tell you something, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
The part where it gets iffy for me is if they're making a lot of money on it, and
Right.
or if they're sort of exploiting people. I maybe have a harder time with comedians like Chris D'Elia. I don't have any interest in because he's going out there allegedly, and according to stuff that's been out there, still using his position as a comedian to prey on. I don't know if he's still doing it, but it's I don't know, that becomes really weird and creepy. So it's I'm not interested.
Yeah.
This is such a weird place to end a show. Possibly the most uncomfortable ever in the history of Allison Rosen is Your New Best Friend. However, given the time, we do need to put a little quick product pick. We don't even need to play the drop. What is your product pick, Tony? And by that I mean Todd.
Let me see here. Can I tell you something? I bought a dumb vacuum for my car. A little handheld vacuum that we leave in the car.
We can't find ours, but we were very excited when we got it.
Maybe a bigger vacuum.
Yeah, right.
But it's such a good it's just good to when you're sitting around or doing whatever, if you're in your car, which happens a lot somehow, just to clean her up.
Will you send me a link to the one you have that you like?
Yeah, I just got a DeWalt one, which I have everything I get in this DeWalt because my batteries.
Perfect.
That reminds me of one then that I totally forgot about. That's good, which
What's
is
that?
another car thing. Those little foam stoppers that you can put in the
a drop
space between the chair and the console.
I know. I noticed that you outfitted our car with that.
Because
But now my phone doesn't drop
if
down
you have wide pockets, sometimes shit goes down there, and some cars, it is fucking impossible to get out of there.
Yep.
Just keeps it from going down in the first place.
Totally.
one of my more expensive lip balms that I had loaned to you is now stuck on the side of one of our seats.
What makes it expensive?
Just the quality.
How much it costs?
Yeah.
That's a good point.
The price, pretty much.
That's a great point.
Yeah.
Because of the price.
It's a fancy. I don't know why Daniel jumping on it got me, but it did. What kind is it?
It's like, I don't know how to pronounce it, but I like it's Avene or Avene. It's Avene.
Oh, I think my wife has that.
Yeah, it's high end and it's good, and I recommend it. Listen, everyone, this has been too much fun. Allison, we have the drops. Tony, will you? I know you don't have them made yet, but will you insert Todd's drops here for telling them to go to patreon.com/AllisonRosen? And actually, Todd, just do it.
Yeah,
Okay.
Todd, just
Patreon.com/AllisonRosen.
Patreon.com/AllisonRosen.
And then also Substack. Nope, sorry. AllisonRosen.substack.com.
Okay. AllisonRosen.substack.com.
Substack.
Oh, that's so good.
Yeah.
Tony, I feel like we should leave it just as
Make
it was.
it as messy as possible.
Yeah,
That sounds
perfect.
great.
Todd,
Less that I have to do.
where might we find you?
Get me up on that Instagram. Get me up on there on the. That's the only one I really use anymore. But yeah, or Angel City Lumber on Insta or on our website.
Daniel.
Instagram, and like one thing you can do in this time of is to follow me on Blue Sky, Daniel Quantz, and interact. Likes mostly. I don't want to hear what you have to say about anything. Likes.
And Tony?
Just Instagram, Tony Thaxton.
It just means like, just.
Oh, God.
I think that's how
I was
this is
there.
gonna
I
be
was
from
there
now
for
on.
that one.
I like that Jackie's always hangover.
I know. I love it. This is a balm to my soul. I love it. Listen, everyone, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for listening. I love you. You matter. Goodbye.
Hey, do you know about the Allison Rosen show?